And now, the small but mighty Christina Ramirez.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Good evening, everyone. In case you don't know this about me, I love Christmas. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. And I'm so lucky that I get to be home for Christmas. Before you ask, I went to Nearing Hall High School. I actually grew up in Sunset Hills, which is pretty much picture perfect. And I suppose that's where my dreams of domestic bliss began, as I'd play in my room with my American Girl dolls, Isabella and Josefina. I'd plan out their whole perfect lives, assuming that one day Isabella and Josefina and myself would all have rich husbands and live happily ever after. When I get older, losing my hair many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine? If I've been out till 2:45, will you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight. If it's not too dear, we shall scrimp and sing. Grandchildren on your knee, Vera, Chuck, and Dare. I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights are gone. You can knit a sweater by the fireside. Sunday mornings go for a ride, doing the garden, digging the weed. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? I really wanted a white picket fence. Met a man without a dollar to his name, who had no traits of any value but his smile. I met a man who had no yearn or claim to fame, who was content to let life pass him for a while. But I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life like the movie stars led. But he kissed me right here and he said, I'll give you stars and the moon and a soul to guide you and the promise I'll never go. I'll give you hope to bring out all the life inside you and the strength that will help you grow. I'll give you truth and a future that's 20 times better than any Hollywood plot. And he thought, you know, I'd rather have a yacht. wife and kids in Portland on a whim. I met a man whose fire and passion always showed, who asked if I could spare a week to ride with him. But I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life that was scripted and planned. And he said, but you don't understand. I'll give you stars and the moon and the open highway and the river beneath your feet. I'll give you days full of dreams if you travel my way and a summer you can't repeat. I'll give you nights full of passion and days of adventure, no strings, just warm summer rain. And I thought, you know, I'd rather have champagne. I met a man who had a fortune in the bank, who had retired at age 30, set for life. I met a man and didn't know what stars to thank, and then he asked one day if I would be his wife. And I looked up, and all that I could think of was the life I had dreamt I would live. And I said to him, what will you give? I'll give you cars and a townhouse in Turtle Bay and a fur and a diamond ring. And we'll get married in Spain on my yacht today, and we'll honeymoon in Beijing. And you'll meet stars at the parties I throw in my villas in Nice and Paris in June. And I thought, okay. And I took a breath, and I got my yacht. And the years went by, and it never changed, and it never grew, and I never dreamed. And I woke one day, and I thought, my God, I'll never have the moon. I realized the things I valued when planning out my life aren't actually the things that matter. And as I often do in times of struggle, I turn to the only man who can always help me through it, Michael Jackson. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. See the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and one man's soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there's some with no homes, not a nickel to loan. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow's deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. tonight, and this one is for my family. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder, that you get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. When you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, that you never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance.